Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeff Dunphy from Retooling the World. I have a little story to tell you about my time at university that I think you might enjoy. Every semester, on the first day of class at the University of Calgary, where I taught both in commerce and in the engineering faculties, I'd stand before a room of brilliant students, mind buzzing with spreadsheets, circuits, and bold dreams. But before I taught them anything about business or technology, I did something quite radical. I called them all geniuses, every single one. Not just the top scorers or loudest voices, everyone. Some were destined to be genius mathematicians or engineers or scientists or businessmen or leaders. And each and every one of them had a unique brilliance just waiting to be unleashed. And that set the tone for everything that followed. Then I'd hit them with a question, not about markets or mechanics, but one that would spark curiosity in their very being and potentially reshape their lives. I'd say, if you could sit at the feet of any sage, Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, Leonardo da Vinci, Rumi, Socrates, Plato, Pythagoras, Babaji, Krishna, Muhammad, any of them, and ask them one question, what would it be? And then I'd add, this isn't just any question. The answer to this question would change your life, transform you forever. It will awaken your purpose, give your life meaning, and guide you eternally. So choose with care. Now, the room would get quiet, obviously. Calculators stilled, phones got forgotten. These weren't just students of business or engineering. They were seekers who'd just been tasked with a curious query. I didn't give them the answer, not even for days. I wanted them to wrestle with it, to brood over it, to let it take root. I'd say, sit with it, let it move you. And move them it did. My phone they'd be texting me in the middle of the night. And they'd be texting me with questions like, what's my purpose? Or maybe, what's the meaning of life? Or how do I find happiness? And each guess was beautiful and a glimpse into their own souls. But I'd reply, that's a great question, but it's not the question. So days would pass, and then it would happen. A student, maybe the quiet one crunching numbers, or maybe the bold one sketching bridges, would raise their hand and say, is it? How can I be of service? And in that moment, the entire lecture theater would ignite. A collective aha would go down, would sweep through it like sunlight breaking over dawn. Some students would gasp, yes, because they'd been searching for it for long as well. You could see it in their eyes. Their hearts would open, their minds would awaken as they got it. This wasn't just a question. It was something that they'd been pondering for days. And really, it was a task to find their calling. How can I be of service? This question is a compass to purpose. It begins not with serving others, though that's part of its power, but with serving the brilliance within you. How can I be of service to my genius? That unique spark inside me, that part that solves equations, builds ventures, dreams what no one else can dream. How can I honor it? Nurture it, let it shine. How can I be of service to my mind? How can I cultivate clarity, wisdom, and courage so my thoughts become a gift? And how can I be of service to my emotions? How can I embrace my joy, my fear, my hope, and let them guide me to truth? How can I be of service to my body, this vessel of life? How can I care for it, respect it, listen to its great strength? Then the question flows outward like a river finding its path. How can I be of service to my family, my parents, my siblings, my friends, my spouse, my partner, my children? How can I serve my community, my world, the earth that holds all of us? So let me tell you why I called them geniuses that day, the first day. Most were stunned, baffled even. Geniuses? Me? They'd think, their eyes wide with doubt. Too many of their professors had made them feel stupid, small, or unworthy. And I saw it when they reported on their test results. Well, how did your class do? Well, the class average is 42. And I used to respond, well, what did you do wrong? And they'd look at me aghast, these too smart to be in the world professors. I saw it year after year, sort of a toxic academic culture where some teachers, desperate to be the smartest in the room, lifted themselves up by tearing students down. Not all of them, certainly. But this kind of behavior crushed creativity and it silenced confidence and it buried the brilliance these young minds were meant to share. Whether that brilliance was solving theorems or launching startups or designing systems that would change lives. But I saw something different. I saw mathematicians whose formulas could dance, and engineers whose bridges could sing, and businessmen whose visions could reshape markets. Every student had a genius, unique, unrepeatable, and vital. My job wasn't to outshine them, it was to help them awaken that genius within. When you inspire someone to embrace that light, to stop hiding it because they've been made to feel less than, that's when you're succeeding as a teacher, and that's when you're changing a life. In our classes, we had a phrase, a truth we'd hold close, and it was this: there are things to be done by you, done better by you than anyone else in the world. Let that sink in. There is a purpose that is yours and yours alone. You are unique, a way of serving that only your genius can bring to life. No one else can create as you create, love as you love, heal as you heal. When you ask, how can I be of service? You are claiming your unique place in the universe, a place only you can fill in this great cosmic orchestra of which we partake. Now, this truth isn't new. Helen Keller, a woman who reshaped the world, lived it fiercely. She was born in 1880 and she lost her sight and hearing as a toddler. So, with her teacher, Anne Sullivan, she learned to communicate and graduated from Radcliffe College and became a global advocate for disability rights, women's suffrage, and peace. I mean, she wrote books, she gave speeches, and she inspired millions, showing that purpose triumphs over limitations. Now, she had a quote that we use often, and it is, happiness is not found through self gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Now, feel that. We're surrounded by a world pushing self gratification. More of this, more of that, more likes, more status, more material goods. We're told that's happiness. It isn't. It's a lie. It's a hollow trap. It fades fast and leaves us empty, searching for more. True happiness, the kind that endures, comes from devotion to a worthy purpose. And that purpose begins with service. When you ask, how can I be of service? You're breaking free from the delusion that self gratification is the way. You're choosing a path that's deeper, richer, and infinitely more fulfilling. This call to purpose echoes today. Mention needs to be made to Jordan Peterson, a profound thinker, a brilliant psychologist who's inspired millions to live with meaning. Peterson challenges us to take responsibility, to find purpose by facing life's toughest burdens with courage. He said, the purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. That's a golden thread of truth. Life isn't about dodging hardship or chasing self indulgence. It's about serving something greater. When you serve, you are indeed retooling the world, your world, our world, into something better. Peterson's call to live purposefully mirrors our question, urging us to ask, how can I be of service? And to act with conviction, reshaping ourselves and society one meaningful step at a time. Now, a quick note to file: as soon as this class became a little notorious and this question became well known among graduates from the class in previous semesters, former students would sometimes sneak into the first class just itching to spill the beans, which wouldn't have served anyone really because it was so useful when they had to hunt for the answer. So I'd start with a grin and a warning, right? And if you know the question, don't you dare blurt it out. Because the answer wasn't the goal, not yet. The goal was the journey, the searching, the wondering, the moment when the question became theirs, that moment when they owned it. That warning to don't dare blurt it out kept the discovery alive, letting each student claim it in their own time and own it when it came about. And claim it they did. Over the weeks and even over the years, as I've kept in touch with many of my students, I'd see it unfold. A student who began mentoring others, their confidence growing. Another who reconnected with their family after years apart. One who asked, why am I building this business, this circuit? Who will it serve? The question became their guide. Not because I gave it to them, but because they made it their own. They actually lived it. And this comes back to the same phrase, man, there are things for you to do in this great, glowing, awakening time, a very important time on this planet. And we call to task each and every one of you to live purposefully. How can I be of service is more than just a question. It's a way of being. It calls you to listen. Listen to your genius, listen to your intuition, listen to others, listen to the quiet pulse of the world. It invites you to act, not so much out of duty, but out of love, purpose, and connection. So I leave you with the challenge I gave my students. Don't let anyone dim your genius. Don't fall for the myth of self-gratification. Embrace your purpose, like Helen Keller did, like Jordan Peterson urges. Wrestle with this question. Let it stir you. Make it yours. And when you're ready, ask, how can I be of service? Then here's the magic. Live the answer. Because there are things to be done by you, done better by you than anyone else in the world. And that's how we start retooling the world together. Thank you for your attention and your attendance. I remain eternally in service to the One. Now we ask the question, how can we be of service to you? The website, as you see, is here. our YouTube channel, our email, our Facebook are all there to be at service. Get in touch with us. We're offering free introductory meet and greets for your help. We offer astrological readings. We offer healing clinic from the 40 or 50 years of training that I've done all over the world. We are here to be of service, and we are also here to help you wake up as part of our Know Thyself series. We are delighted and very grateful for being allowed the opportunity to be of service to you. Reach out now